This is Chris Medeiros. Like, subscribe to Team W Wrestling on YouTube, subscribe to my other channel, Word of Chris, and subscribe to this channel, Chris Medeiros, and follow me on Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok. I actually got 2 TikTok accounts, so yeah, go check those out and follow them and all that stuff. And I'm here to do my WWE Friday Night SmackDown September 2nd, 2022 reviews. So here we go, discussing about tonight's episode of Friday Night SmackDown. Now we kick off SmackDown. And by the way, this is a taped episode of SmackDown. This episode was taped after last week's live episode. So yeah, this is a taped one. Because of course they'll be in Wales tomorrow for Clash at the Castle, which I'll be talking about that. And if you have yet, go check out my predictions on the pay-per-view. But yeah, we kick off the show with the Viking rules match. It was Kofi Kingston and Xavier Woods, the New Day, versus Eric and Ivar, the Viking Raiders, in the Viking rules match. Now this match, pretty much here I'll describe it as a no disqualification, no count out, falls count anywhere match. So yeah, it's technically a falls count anywhere match. The only thing is like around the ring and stuff, you got a bunch of Viking shields, you had a flag, you got like a half of a Viking ship attached to the ring and stuff like that. And this is like pretty much a falls count anywhere match, which was pretty good. It was a good match. Go check it out if you have yet. Great way to start off SmackDown. Thought a few times that it looked like the New Day was going to win, and the Viking Raiders. At one point, we did see, we seen Ivar actually jump off the top turnbuckle with a moonsault, but he missed Kofi Kingston because Kingston moved out of the way, and that's when Kingston climbed up the top turnbuckle, jumping off with a crossbody onto Ivar's back, and then Xavier Woods come through, jumping off the top turnbuckle, halfway across the ring with the elbow drop onto Ivar. He pins him 1-2. Eric breaks up the pin at 2, and then they managed to get over there on the ship and stuff. And yeah, they did use a steel chair and stuff in this match, breaking in and all that stuff, and kendo sticks as well. But they get on the ship, and all of them's brawling and stuff. We've seen Woods and Kingston jump off of crossbodies onto the Viking Raiders, and then we get to the ending with the Viking Raiders start dominating, puts Woods on the ship, and then they get up there. Kofi jumps off the top turnbuckle, but he gets hit in the face with a Viking shield, and then that's when they grabbed Xavier Woods and had 2 tables stacked on top of each other outside the ring, and they hit a double power bomb onto Xavier Woods off the ship through 2 tables, laying him out, and then Ivar pins him for the 1, 2, 3. So yeah, Eric and Ivar, the Viking Raiders, defeated the New Day tonight on SmackDown in the first ever Viking rules match. That's what happened. It was a pretty good one. Go check it out. It was entertaining and all that stuff. For that match, I'll give it 3 stars. That's why I'll give it. Great way to kick off Friday Night SmackDown. But then after the match, we see part 1 of Roman Reigns' championship reign for 2 years, because they're celebrating the 2-year title reign. And yeah, it was pretty good. It was just pretty much the start of him winning the Universal Championship at Payback 2020. So yeah, that was part 1. They're going to have more parts later on tonight, and they're going to be celebrating his championship reign over the past 2 years. That'll be later on tonight. And not only that, we'll see Karrion Kross making his in-ring debut on Friday Night SmackDown. And yeah, many more stuff to come. So yeah, I'll see you guys later until the next thing that happens on Friday Night SmackDown. See you guys later until then. So the next thing to happen on Friday Night SmackDown, now before I talk about the one-on-one match with Karrion Kross making his in-ring debut, we gotta talk about a few things. So we see Sami Zayn backstage all dressed up and stuff, pretty much getting ready for the Roman Reigns 2-year title reign celebration and stuff for later on tonight. So yeah, that's what he's getting ready for. And then we see the undisputed WWE Tag Team Champions, Jimmy and Jay the Usos, come backstage. Then Sammy was talking to them, talking about like, yeah, I'm going to be hosting Roman's championship reign, party and stuff like that. And Jimmy Uso, he was mad. He was like, why are you the one hosting it? Why can't the wise man host it? And Sammy was like, well, remember now, he's injured after SummerSlam, so he can't host it and stuff like that. And then Jay Uso looks back at him and he goes like, Well, alright, but why couldn't you help me out against KO this past Monday? And Sammy was like, I already talked to you about it over this week. But yeah, that's what happened there. And then we see another backstage segment where Shayna Baszler was getting interviewed, and she was talking about how she's going to be tearing apart Liv Morgan's arm, limb by limb, and all that stuff. But then Liv Morgan gets back there, gets into Shayna Baszler's face, talking about how she will be the one ripping Shayna Baszler's arm off. So yeah, that's what she said. She says she's going to be beating and retaining the SmackDown Women's Championship. So yeah, that's what Liv Morgan said. And then we see Karrion Kross with Scarlett backstage, and he was talking about how Drew Gulak will be another victim of his tonight. So yeah, that's what he was saying. He said he's going to destroy him. But then we get to the match. It was Karrion Kross with Scarlett versus Drew Gulak one-on-one. This is Karrion Kross's SmackDown in-ring debut. And yeah, what happened during this match? We see pretty much Karrion Kross like letting Drew Gulak lay in some hits, like some chops and some forearms and stuff, but Karrion Kross like not selling it or anything, and then he starts beating the hell out of Gulak, hitting a big boot onto him, laying him out and stuff. And then he hits that suplex, dropping Gulak on the top of his head, and then he locks on that sleeper hold, making Gulak tap out. So yeah, Karrion Kross defeated Drew Gulak tonight on SmackDown. That's what happened. And after the match ended, he still wouldn't let it go, and then he tied Gulak up to the ropes, letting him sit there with his hands tied with the ropes. So yeah, that's what happened there. For that match, I'll give it 1 star. That's what I'll give it. But yeah, I'll see you guys later until the next thing that happens on Friday Night SmackDown. See you guys later until then. So the next thing that happened on Friday Night SmackDown, now we see Ronda Rousey come out to the ring. She had a piece of paper inside an envelope. She gets into the ring and she's pretty much calling out Adam Pearce. So Adam Pearce comes out and she says, "Hey, I want you to read this." Adam Pearce was like, "Why not just read it in the office or whatever?" She said, "No, we're going to make this public. Here, go ahead and read this." And then he opens it, he starts reading it, and then pretty much what it said was it came from WWE headquarters that Ronda Rousey's not suspended anymore. She paid off for fine, all that stuff. She's on probation, stuff like that. But yeah, that's what happened. And then Ronda was like, "Well, good talk," because there we go. And then all of a sudden, Adam Pearce starts going off, saying that, tell you the truth, since you attacked, I don't understand why they got you off for suspension because of you attacked a bunch of referees and officials and all that stuff. And instead of getting suspended, I would have fired your ass, to tell you the truth. And then all of a sudden he starts getting madder and madder, and then he calls her the biggest bitch on the planet and all that stuff, instead of the baddest woman on the planet. And Ronda Rousey gets mad, goes over there, knocks him down, grabs him, and locks on that armbar, making Adam Pearce tap out. And then she gets up, looking at him, and he's holding his arm, just staring at her. So yeah, that's what happened there. Ronda Rousey attacking Adam Pearce. But then backstage we see Sami Zayn. He's getting ready, getting some gifts for Roman, and then all of a sudden somebody comes up handing Sami some flowers. It's all black and stuff, the flowers are, and they start smelling it for some reason. And he goes, "This smells bad." And he reads the note, and it says TikTok. It came from Karrion Kross. And then he said, "Yeah, we ain't going to use this." He puts it down and starts sniffing his hands. So yeah, that's what happened there. But up next, we're going to be seeing Hit Row in action. They'll be taking on the Maximum Male Models up next on SmackDown. They will be making their in-ring debut. So yeah, that's going to be the matchup next. But yeah, I'll see you guys later until the next thing that happens on Friday Night SmackDown. So the next thing that happened on Friday Night SmackDown, it was a tag team match. It was Ashante Adonis teaming up with Top Dollar with B-Fab at ringside. Hit Row versus Monse and Monsoir with Maxine Dupree and Max Dupree at ringside. The Maximum Male Models in a tag team match. Now this is the Maximum Male Models in-ring debut on SmackDown. And their ring attire is just them, being shirtless but wearing straight pants, stuff like that. And pretty much they come in, they're going at it and all that stuff. And then we see Los Lotharios come out, pretty much trying to flirt with B-Fab to get Hit Row distracted, but then B-Fab drop kicks both of them, and then we see Hit Row working on the Maximum Male Models, hitting their finishing move onto Monsoir, and then pins them for the 3 count. So yeah, Hit Row defeated the Maximum Male Models tonight on SmackDown. That's what happened. But then after the match ended, we see Los Lotharios and the Maximum Male Models attack Hit Row after the match, beating them down and stuff. And then we see Angelo Dawkins and Montez Ford, the Street Profits, coming out there making the save, fighting back, teaming up with Hit Row to take down Los Lotharios and the Maximum Male Models. So yeah, that's what happened there for that match and stuff. I'll just give it 1 star. That's what I'll give it. But yeah. But then after that, we see Happy Corbin get interviewed backstage, and he says whoever walks down the ramp, he will have an open challenge and wait for somebody to walk down the ramp to beat him. So yeah, that's what he said. But yeah, that'd be happening up next. So yeah, I'll see you guys later until the next thing that happens on SmackDown. So the next thing to happen on Friday Night SmackDown, we see Happy Corbin come down to the ring, and pretty much like he said, he delivers an open challenge for anybody to come out so he could beat him. So he was waiting for somebody to come out, and it was Shinsuke Nakamura. We haven't seen Shinsuke for a few weeks, ever since he lost in the Intercontinental Championship matchup against Gunther a few weeks ago on SmackDown. So yeah, he's coming back tonight, and he answered to Happy Corbin's open challenge. Well, they get into the ring, they're going at it and stuff for a little bit. Back and forth match pretty much, but then we get to the ending where Shinsuke throws Corbin to the turnbuckles, but Corbin ducks underneath the bottom rope, running around the turnbuckle, coming back into the ring like he usually does. But as soon as he got back into the ring, he gets hit with a Kinshasa by Shinsuke, and then Shinsuke pins him for the 1, 2, 3. So yeah, Shinsuke Nakamura defeated Happy Corbin tonight on Friday Night SmackDown. That's what happened for that match. I'll give it 1.5 stars. That's what I'll give it. It was just there pretty much. Just pretty much Happy Corbin just losing more matches than Shinsuke coming back. Pretty much just returning. So yeah, that's what happened there. That's why I'll give the match 1.5 stars. But yeah, still to come later on tonight, we will see Roman Reigns celebrating his championship reign. And they're still doing parts of stuff of him going through all those vicious matches over the last 2 years, like last man standing matches, Hell in a Cell, Steel Cage, TLC matches, and all that stuff. They was showing clips of those. So yeah. But yeah, that celebration will be later on tonight. And up next, we're going to be seeing Butch in action. He'll be taking on Ludwig Kaiser. That match will be happening up next. So yeah, I'll see you guys later. Until then. So the next thing that happened on Friday Night SmackDown, now before I talk about Butch and his match and all that stuff, we got to talk about Happy Corbin. So we see Happy Corbin walking down to the parking lot and stuff. And then we see a limo pop up, and it was JBL. He tells Happy Corbin, just get in the limo. So Corbin gets in the limo, and they drive off. So yeah, that's what happened there. But then we get to the match. It was Butch with Sheamus and Ridge Holland at ringside, the Brawling Brutes, versus Ludwig Kaiser with the Intercontinental Champion Gunther at ringside. So yeah, Butch versus Ludwig Kaiser. It was a pretty good match. Go check it out if you haven't yet. Go check it out. It was a really great match. It was a few times that Ludwig was going to actually win this match. At one point, we actually seen Butch kick the hell out of Ludwig upside the head, which was vicious. But then we get to the ending where Ludwig was about to hit his finishing move onto Butch, but then Butch grabs his fingers, snaps it, and then we see him hit the bitter end onto Ludwig, and then pins him for the 1, 2, 3. So yeah, that's what happened there. Butch picked up the win, and yeah, he defeated Ludwig Kaiser. That's what happened. But then after the match ended, we see Gunther get in the ring, pretty much calling out Sheamus, and then Sheamus gets in the ring. It looked like Sheamus and Gunther was about to be brawling, but then we see Ludwig calming Gunther down, saying, not now, wait until tomorrow. So yeah, that's what happened there. But it was still a pretty good match between between Butch and Ludwig Kaiser. So yeah, for that match, I'll give it 2.5 stars. That's why I'll give it. It was a pretty good match between those two guys. So yeah, go check it out if you haven't yet. But then we see Sami Zayn talking to the Usos backstage. And he said he's talking about the Roman Reigns celebration and all that stuff. And then he said, they was like, all right, let's go. And then Sami was like, hold on, shouldn't we wait for Roman? And then it should be all 4 of us, right? The Bloodline. And then Jey Uso looks at him. He goes like, no, you're not a part of the Bloodline. You're not even blood yet. So there's only 3 of us, not 4 of us. And then Jimmy was like, "Look, we're going to go. Let's all go out there. We'll be in the ring when Roman gets there." So yeah, that's what happened there. But up next, we're going to be seeing that celebration up next on SmackDown. So yeah, I'll see you guys later. Until then. So the next thing that happened on Friday Night SmackDown, it was the last part of SmackDown. So we get down to the last segment where it was Roman Reigns' 2-year championship celebration. So yeah, that's what we get to. We see the undisputed WWE Tag Team Champions Jimmy and Jay the Usos and Sami Zayn come down to the ring. Sami's first talking, but then Jay pretty much interrupts him, and then he starts saying, "We are here to celebrate Roman Reigns tonight," and all that stuff, pretty much hyping everything up. But then he says, "Here he comes, Roman Reigns," and then all of a sudden we see a truck pull up. Roman gets out the truck. He's about to walk down to the ring, but then all of a sudden he gets hit with a claymore by Drew McIntyre, getting taken out backstage. And the Usos and Sami seen that, and then Drew goes down to the ring. Sami runs up the ramp. He gets hit with a headbutt, and then he gets in the ring, starts beating down the Usos, laying them out. And then he threw some steel chairs in. That's when Sami was trying to hit Drew with the steel chair, but he got hit with the claymore with the chair hitting him in the face. And then we see Drew grab Jimmy Uso, hits a suplex onto him through the announce table, laying him out. And then he hits a spear onto Jey Uso through a barricade, laying him out. So yeah, Drew McIntyre laid out the whole Bloodline tonight on SmackDown. That's what happened. And then he grabs the mic, get in the middle of the ring, and then he says, "Tomorrow at Clash at the Castle, he will dethrone Roman Reigns as the undisputed WWE Universal Champion." So yeah, he says he's going to beat the hell out of him and win the title. So yeah, that's what he said. But yeah, it was pretty good stuff. Tonight's SmackDown was pretty good, I guess. For match of the night, I'll either say it was that Viking rules match. That match was pretty good, or Ludwig Kaiser and Butch. That match was pretty good. The Maximum Male Models versus Hit Row was it was alright. Karrion Kross making his in-ring debut. We finally got that on SmackDown. And yeah, Ronda Rousey attacking Adam Pearce was just funny as hell. But yeah, it was an okay SmackDown, I guess. But yeah, that's what happened there. But yeah, subscribe to TNW Wrestling on YouTube, subscribe to my other channel, Word of Chris, and subscribe to this channel, Chris Videos. Follow me on Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, and my other TikTok. I got 2 of them now. It'll all be down there in the description box, and I'll see you guys later for tomorrow night's WWE Clash at the Castle 2022. See you guys later. Until then.